God watches over us. Whenever you don't have the strength, you don't have to fight alone. Get it off your chest and say, I know He guides me. I know He guides me. I know He guides me.
We know flesh is too emotional and isn't to be trusted. I done see some friendly fire that left me disgusted. I done made mistakes as well and had to make adjustments. Used to drown myself in liquor, 20 blunts for me to function. Falling for the tricks the devil set up for destruction. Lusting for these worldly things that led us to corruption. That daily bread provided structure, now I move reluctant. To former things I entertain, but down the drain I flush them. Through the pain, we became accustomed. Sending
Hey, welcome everybody to the Jump Podcast. We here once again, and we thank everybody for tuning in. Me and Lulu have got our snacks. Wait a minute. Where's Lulu? Lulu, where you at, Lulu? Lulu. Oh, Lulu. Me and Lulu right, and we want to tell y'all welcome, welcome, welcome to the Jump Podcast. We'll be back. We'll be
No one's safe. No one's safe.
Let's get ready to rumble!
Let's go, Tam.
No one's safe.
Yo, 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 yo. Welcome to the Jump Podcast. I am your host, Jumpstart, and welcome to another edition of the Jump Podcast. The ripple effect of good policemen and women. We are honoring the good cops. You know, it's crazy because we always talk about the bad cops and we all see it all on the news, all everywhere. And we really don't see enough of the good cops. But today we are honoring the good police. But before we do that, and before we get into this podcast, we want to say we want to give a special shout out to Unique, and we hope she gets better. You know, she went through a major surgery, and things are looking better. But we're not out of the woodwork yet, as they say. But she will pull off because she got a lot of support. Bringing in my co-host of the night. Yes, it is Tata. You go ahead, Tata, and say your stage name, girl. Go ahead.
Hi guys, it's Tata keeping it real. 100%. How are you? How's my
I'm
sis Unique doing?
She's pulling through. She went through a major surgery. We had a couple of scares there, and she's strong, and she's gonna pull through. I know she is. She got no
Of
choice. Who am I gonna fight with if she's not around? God forbid. You know what I'm saying? It's it's
course,
it's 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 she's my better half. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of
absolutely.
couples go through a lot of things, but it's you
Who
going
doesn't?
through. Yeah, exactly. You going through it. That's where you know, where your heart.
If anybody comes to you and tells you, well, I have the perfect relationship, that's a lie. No relationship is perfect. Everybody
No,
has their, you know, their issues. And it be minor. It's okay. It happens. But I'm
definitely.
glad you're doing well. I'm glad to see you, my brother. I know I haven't been around for, last 2 weekends. I had life be lifing, but I'm here. I'm blessed. I'm feeling better myself. I have been in the hospital, in and out of the hospital, but thank God Almighty, He always has my back, and I am getting better slowly but surely.
Thank God for
So,
that. You know what I'm saying? Thank God for that.
and I missed you. I missed this the
I
past.
missed you. Missed you too.
I miss being on here and just talking and just kicking it up and just talking. And I'm so excited for today's show because we have a lot of good things, positive things, to talk about.
Yes, we do. And let's not waste no time. Let's get into it. Let's give what our peoples from the street want to see us. And please be like and subscribe to the channel. And today we're gonna actually write down the name and put it in the hat for the giveaways. We're gonna start today. So we're gonna see how we're gonna do this. Dada, tell the people the rules. Let's put up the link.
So all you guys got to do is like, share, and comment on any of our pages. You can find us on Facebook, you can find us on YouTube, you can find us on Instagram and TikTok. You could also email us at from the jump podcast llc@gmail.com. Now, every time that you share and comment, okay, every comment and share, and even tag a friend, the more people you tag, the more entry you get in. So make sure that you are following us, share, invite your peoples to invite their peoples. And then, of course, we have giveaways. We have keychains, we have cups, we have mouse pads, we have gift cards. So you don't want to miss it. Miss this. We also have T-shirts as well. Am I missing anything? Did I
And
cover
and
everything?
and I'm gonna add something to this. I'm gonna add
Ooh,
something to t-shirts. So when you win a t-shirt, we're gonna actually sign the t-shirts for you from the Jump Podcast. So that's gonna
hey,
be a nice little gift, a nice little memory thing to you to
absolutely.
have. And if you win something and you actually post it, we're gonna give you another giveaway. You know what I'm saying? A different giveaway, but we're gonna give it to you. Could be a cup, it could be key, could be anything. It all depends how we wake up. You know what I'm saying? But it's gonna be a nice gift either way. You know.
Okay.
So let's. I thought that would be nice. And I want to give a shout out to Reverend. Please excuse me and whatnot.
Reverend,
Yes.
Reverend and Lulu, thank you for
And
always showing us love and opening up our show. I
yeah,
hope Lulu finds her way.
I hope
She's
so too. I hope so too. All right, man. Let's get it.
Breaking news, City Indy.
so so I know you guys all heard uh a couple of weeks ago Gene Hackman died. He was a famous actor. He was 96 years old
Mm,
when he passed away. They found him. This is the crazy part. And everybody speculated that he died of carbon monoxide. His wife that was found dead, and a dog inside the cage. There was three people. Unfortunately, the autopsy did show that the wife actually got a virus that is it's a rodent virus. So I don't
okay.
know how it happened. Yeah. So I don't know how it happened or whatnot, but she was sick fighting this whatever virus she got. 2 days before she got sick, her dog that was in the cage had some type of surgery to it. Okay. A very serious surgery, which she was separated from the other two dogs that were outside. The other two dogs had a dog door. They were able to fend for themselves. The wife died. in the bathroom. I guess she was reaching for her pills or whatever or whatnot. They found her with a whole bunch of pills. They thought it was maybe suicide at one point, then carbon monoxide. Autopsy report shows that she died, and a week later, Gene Hackman died. Now, Gene Hackman had advanced stages of Alzheimer's.
Hmm.
They don't think that he realized that she had passed away. They said that the dog had passed away from either starvation or results from the surgery that they had. Very, very sad story. And then the other one that just broke my heart, maybe what, a week ago, George Foreman,
Ah, yeah, George Foreman.
the
George Foreman.
boxer,
Yeah,
the
great.
griller.
Yeah, the grill, the grill.
Do you know how many times I bought those grills? Every time he came out with a new one, I would buy him.
But I'm gonna give you before you keep on that. Do you know there's a little story behind that? So before it became George Foreman grilled, they actually introduced that grill to Mike Tyson. Now Mike Tyson turned it down. He
I
turned it
remember
down,
that story.
and George Foreman, when he turned it down, thought it was a great idea and took it and made millions off of it. I bet Mike Tyson is kind of like saying right now, "Hmm, man, that was a bad decision. I should have invested."
Exactly. It was that was a moment for Mike Tyson that he was like, you know, those things that make you go, mm,
Hmm.
yeah. So that was a Mike Tyson moment for him. I bet he's kicking himself in the butt, but he was offered that and he ran with it for years and made millions. And you're right. And you know what? Not only did he make millions, but he became more healthy and he lost a lot of weight and he helped millions and millions of people lose weight because those grills actually left, like, took out all the grease. Like, it literally was a grill master, a portable grill
Hmm.
master. Healthy.
Yeah, and it was great. You could put steaks in it. You could put hamburgers in it,
Mm,
sandwiches, whatever could fit
yeah.
in it. You could fit in it. I even tried to put pasta in it one day. Unfortunately, that didn't work out too good. But I tried.
My brother, wait, pasta?
Hey, pasta. I tried to put pasta in there. I tried to make a
Oh,
grilled pasta.
now,
Hey,
if
things
you would have
go.
told me, if you would have told me you would have gotten potatoes and you would have like shredded it and then like hash browns and then put it on the grill and do
No,
like hash browns, yes, I've done
no.
that. But
I'm
pasta,
just. I'm gonna try something different. It
you
didn't work
know,
out.
you are
I took it right back to Costco. No questions asked. They gave me a new one. Hey, things to make it go.
I can, mm, I'd be
Mm,
at the
you know.
register going, mm, sir, mm,
Hey,
mm,
hey, did you hear about this situation with Marvin Sapp, the singer?
no.
Well, Marvin
What
Sapp,
happened?
what happened was he was at church and he wanted some money. And he told the people, all you people here and all you people online, and y'all can't donate no money. This church runs with money. And y'all just sitting here not giving. I need y'all to give. And it's a big thing right now. It's all over YouTube, all over the news. They're trying to really change it up. See, the media don't say everything. The media just takes certain parts and chop it up and make you believe something and not the whole story. You know what I'm saying? Because we all know things cost money. Let's be realistic.
Right,
Things
right,
they have to have they have to get their money somehow, some way. You know,
right.
and donations is what keeps the church alive. You know, lights, rent, holy water, whatever it is. Okay, it
Right.
costs. You know what I mean? And he got kind of, discouraged and said, "Yo, there's millions here, and and millions there, and here and there, and people in the church, people in the in on stage. We all got to give in to keep the doors open. So he was like, close the doors. But even if he says close the doors, that can mean anything. That can mean closing the doors and not letting people in, not necessarily keeping people hostage.
Right.
So it goes a lot of ways. There's always two sides of the story. I can't
Now,
wait till he comes out and say something. If he wants to, he really don't have to explain himself because we all know things cost money. At FPL, it is not gonna go ahead and say, okay, it's a church, I'm gonna give you lights for free. They're not. They're not. You know what I'm saying? If you can go ahead and be a church person and go to church every week or 4 times a week or 3 times a week and do your
now,
hair and do your nails looking nice at church, why don't you give something in the basket?
right. Now, let me ask you a question for those people who don't know who Marvin Sapp is. Who is he again?
He is a pastor and a singer. He sung this song, a few songs. And my favorite song from him is Never Would Have Made It. Never would have made it without you. I
Oh yeah,
thought I've lost my mind.
okay, let's not
Huh?
let's
But wait a
leave
minute,
the
I didn't
sing.
get to the good part. But
Let's leave.
now I see what you have did for me. And yes, I put some gospel in it. Hey, Tata, it wasn't that bad. Wasn't that bad? Was it that bad?
We both agree that it is.
It was. You know what? We got a saying here from the Jump Podcast, and I'm gonna go ahead
No
and say it.
one is safe.
No one, not even
No
you.
one is safe.
Anyway, so getting into the podcast, the ripple effect of good policemen and women. Now I know a
Absolutely.
lot of people saying jumpstart, jumpstart. You and the podcast and you and your co-host are always bashing the police. No, ladies and gentlemen, we only
So
bashing bad police and the bad police women. We're not bashing all of them because to answer your question of how many good cops are there are currently more than 800,000 sworn law enforcement police officers and women here in the United States. You know what I'm saying?
wow.
Well, we're not bashing all of them, just
No.
the bad. You know, we got to
The
remember
one
we can't
it
don't let few bad apples spoil the bunch.
that
Words
that
I
and,
not
and like I
seen.
said, it's only to those few that abuse the badge power. They use the badge as a power trip and to abuse the minority, to abuse anybody. And it's sickening. But there are so many good
So many,
police officers, firefighters, and
yes,
even government officials that are amazing. And it's
yes.
not enough recognition for them, and it's not fair. And I'm glad that you took the time to dedicate this segment to them because they really do deserve it. They really do.
Now they say 75% of the police officers are good and 25% are bad. Now, I sat back last weekend, and I kind of was brainstorming, and I could imagine being a rookie, okay, or a 20-year vet, and seeing the news and seeing day in and day out of shootings of babies, of innocent people. That could take a toll on someone. That could
Right.
take a toll on someone's physical and mentally getting to a job that demands so much physical and mentally. So I
Yeah.
could just imagine how it is to try to save a baby's life. Now you go out and you find a young teen with a gun. Now, things trigger. Here I am, law enforcement finding a 17-year-old gangbanger with a gun. They ain't supposed to have a gun. Not using the
Yeah.
good gun for good deeds because guns are made to protect yourself. You know what I'm saying? But when you take a gun and you commit a crime or you rob a bank, now you don't know that person mentality or what he's gonna do. You
For
know?
their state of
Yeah, state of mind. So I can understand, you know, certain situations, not all situations, okay? Not all,
mind.
because there's some situations that the cops were, abusing their power. You know what I'm saying? And those are the ones I'm not defending. The ones
Yeah.
I'm
Right.
defending are the ones that we're gonna mention here today, tonight, at the Jump podcast. Okay? So getting to the first one, a policeman in Ocala, Florida, all right, saved the day for a 6-year-old baby who was having a birthday party. And when the mother noticed that nobody was coming to the baby's birthday party, now you got to remember, birthday party, you got to spend money, right? You got to buy a cake, you got to
Of
buy
course.
gifts, you've got to maybe rent the place and stuff like that. When she noticed that nobody was showing, she posted it on Facebook. Now,
You're
posting it on Facebook,
girl's party, correct?
say it again.
You're talking about a 6-year-old birthday party
Yes,
for a little.
6-year-old birthday boy, a little girl. Okay, so she was heartbroken that nobody showed up. So she put it on Facebook. Where's everybody at? My 6-year-old's having a birthday party, and there's only one time she's going to hit six. Well, a police officer saw this, got the address, and got a whole bunch of police officers to go with them. They went there, motorcycles and all, and made that baby's birthday party. Okay.
Oh, that is so sweet.
And they were
That
off
is,
duty. So they took the time out of their busy schedule on their day off to go ahead and do something good to somebody for somebody. I think that's amazing. You know what I'm saying?
that
That is definitely serve and protecting. You know what I'm
is.
saying? Giving to the community. Because to be a good police officer, you have to be engaged with your community to get that
Yep.
respect. And especially today where the cops are so, branded as all cops are bad. I believe they have to change it up. They have to be involved in the community and do good community things. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And I think that was great. So they made that birthday party. Shout out to the police
That
in Kyla.
amazing.
Well, it was
You know
amazing.
what? And just to think that they were off duty and they decided to get together, all of them, and do this for a little girl, 6-year-old girl, that they have no clue who it
No
was.
clue who she is. They have
But
no
they,
clue of the parents' background. They just saw the baby, needed the birthday party. The mother was upset. She spent all this money. She was probably a single mother, spending a little change. Nobody
yeah,
for any reason, who knows what reason. And they found out and they thought it was a good thing. And I think it was a great thing.
it was. It was, I agree.
So applaud to those police officers, as we say, that actually went ahead and did a good deed for that little 6-year-old. I bet that 6-year-old would never forget that birthday party.
We'll never
Kids
forget
love
that birthday.
motorcycles. Kids love motorcycles, so they came in with motorcycles. They came in with gifts, whatever gifts it was, bears or whatever it was. It's the thought that matters. Yeah, it's the thought that matters.
Of course.
You know, and then
Absolutely.
we I tell you, that's good policing right there. I tell you. And the second one I have, a police officer heard that a young lady was in a bad situation. Now her father was a police officer who got killed on duty. Okay, and she was having a father and daughter dance. Okay, These police officers found out and went, picked her up from her house as police escort, brought her to her prom thing, and actually went to the father and daughter dance with her and danced with her all night.
Oh,
Now, if
that
that's not
was
tears,
amazing.
you know what I'm
I
saying?
would
I don't know what
have
it is. Okay, I think that was great. Everybody in the world are tied to something. Either you're tied to a motorcycle club, or the police, or the fire department, or whatever.
thought,
We all, or one. How I say it? We all
brother,
color coded. Yeah, color coded.
yeah.
But we all do these kind of things. You know what I'm saying? Especially in the bike clubs, especially as the police department, especially in the fire department. We look out for one another. And that's a good thing. They found out that, her dad died. She didn't have a father. I can imagine how she felt that day waking up, getting ready, getting pretty to go to this dance, and then
Knowing
have a
her dad.
father. You know what I'm saying? And then here comes these policemen who found out and actually came there as a surprise. Police escorted her to the prom, and then
And
danced with her. They just drop her off, said, "Yo, we got you." You know what I'm saying? And that's a day she would never forget. You know
she she will never
that
forget
even
that.
though father passed on, she still has the support of the police department, which is to me is heartwarming. It's great. I love to hear stories like this.
You remember you used to live down here in Florida, in Fort Lauderdale, where I'm at. So you remember that firefighter that passed away, Davy firefighter. He was, I think, one of the chief or something like that. But he did pass away, and he left, I think, a daughter behind. And those people from that station, every birthday, would go and give gifts to their kids. I believe they had two smaller children. I'm not sure, but I believe they had two smaller children. And that department for many, many years did the same thing that these officers did, but these are firefighters now. And they did take her to it was, I think, I don't know what it was, but it was something with had to do with the dad. And there was three of them that showed up and escorted her, and she was just falling in tears. And that's something that it's really nice because these people go out of their way. They have their own families, they have their own children, and they have work, and they stop what they're doing to give to people that don't have it.
Yeah, 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 yeah. And
Much
it's
respect
and it's
for me.
heartwarming. It's very heartwarming. You know what I mean? To hear these kind of stories. But you know what? Just to take a little break right now, we got more. We got more to talk about. I want to bring up a comment. The first comment I want to bring in is to our other co-host who couldn't make it tonight. Thank you, Mr. Unemployable. I know you're busy, and you'll definitely be back next week. And I can't
Definitely.
wait. Can't wait. But the first name we're gonna put in the hat, okay, is
Oh,
my man Miguel. So Miguel, he commented
Miguel.
way there. So we got a piece of paper here, and we're gonna put your name down for a giveaway. Okay. Now
And
remember,
he,
Tata, say the rules of the giveaway again for those that
so
missed it.
remember, anytime you comment, you share, tag any of your friends, share the page, and like our page, you'll be entered. Miguel, you commented with us. We were talking about church. He said church is a business with business expenses. That's regarding your what we were mentioning at the beginning.
Yes. So we're gonna put his name in the hat. I already wrote down his name. He's gonna be put in the hat,
Come
and the
on,
next
guys. I
weeks.
see you on there. Make sure you tag, share. Keep
and
on
and
sharing, friends.
now I'm gonna say another rule. You cannot win a free prize, Mr. Unemployable.
Yeah,
You you cannot win a prize.
share it like 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
It's okay.
So
Share it, share it. Go ahead.
share it, share it, share it. So giving another example back what we were talking about with these great police officers and their communication with the community is great. So in San Diego, California, okay, there was a police officer. Now I didn't mention the other police officers' names because I don't have it. I try to do my research, but the research, all the time I can't find names. But I found name here, okay, and this is a real touching one. Now there was a police officer in San Diego, okay, Jeremy Henwood. He brought lunch for a boy, a young man in the street that was homeless. Okay, saw
Oh,
him every day. Decided to go to a McDonald's. Went to McDonald's, brought him something to eat, and forgot something at the McDonald's, and went back to the same McDonald's that he brought the food from originally. Now, when he went back to the McDonald's, he was involved in an unprovoked shooting that cost his life, and he died at the McDonald's getting this young man some food. Now,
God.
you got to you got to you got to think, y'all. Here's a police officer who's doing all of these police officers we mentioned are doing things they don't have to do, but of the kindness of their heart and the way they are serving, protecting the community. He saw a young man and thought he would make his day by buying something to eat, and it cost him his life.
Oh my God,
That's
that's
sad.
crazy.
That's sad. That's sad.
So
That's sad. I can't even explain that. Like
I explain it either. Like, I, oh my God, just to think of it. Oof. And at the same McDonald's.
at the same McDonald's he brought the food originally. He forgot something. Said, "Okay, I'm gonna go back and get it for you." I don't know what happened, but it cost him his life.
Oh my God.
Crazy. And then we got another one. All right. Texas police officer saves a homeless man by buying him a pair of brand new boots. He noticed this homeless man was always in the corner and he saw that he needed some new boots and he was on his way to buy himself a pair of boots and thought it would be nicer if he brought the man that needed the boots more than he did because he saw no soles on his boots and brought the homeless man a pair of boots. That's amazing. And then here's another one, and this one r- really, really, really touched my eyes. A police officer read a complaint of a mother who wrote a report saying that her daughter got her bike stolen. Well, he read the report, he got the address, and brought the girl, the baby. I'm gonna say the baby because they're all young kids. A brand new bicycle, and brought it to her house and gave her
So
a
he,
brand new bike.
so it's not that he found her bike. He went and bought a new bike with his own money to give to a little girl.
Yes. And then he noticed that the baby, didn't know how to ride a bike, and he stood there teaching her how to ride the bike that he brought out of his pocket. Now, I'm going to say this, okay? I'm going to say this. These police officers and police women do not make a lot of money, okay? If you look into law enforcement to become rich, you're not going to be rich. You're going to be
They're not.
comfortable, but you're not going to be rich. But heck, we all comfortable, right? We live in a house,
Right.
we got cars, we pay our bills, you know, we have clothes on the back, food in the table. We're all comfortable. But to go ahead and turn around and help somebody else, you know, that's amazing. That's
It
amazing.
is
God bless them.
just
God bless all of them.
just for them to go out of their way to help a complete stranger. Like that that goes to show you that not only do they have morals, but they care. They were brought up right, okay? A lot of people don't get enough recognition for the little things that they do. It's the little things that you do. You never know what the other person is going through. Not by looking at them, not by talking to them, because some people have mastered to cover their problems and issues. And when somebody goes out of their way to help, especially an innocent child, that to me is precious, and that will always be the number one top of my list. The best thing that I've ever seen, and I will continue to support and even, how do I say, recognize those people that deserve that recognition. All these officers that you've mentioned so far, are it's amazing. It's
It's
amazing.
amazing. And you know what? Not real heroes don't wear
Don't
capes. You know what I mean? I mean, you look at TV, you see superheroes, but not all heroes wear capes. These guys, the
right.
little things they did touch somebody's heart, touch the parents' heart, touch the community heart. Because imagine how many more times they have done little things. These are just things recognized. But imagine the little things they have done that haven't been recognized. Feeding the homeless. Hey, I'm not giving you a citation. You begging, you asking for money. I'm not gonna say begging. You asking for money. You're in a bad situation. You don't know the story of these people and why they're homeless, but you got to take to the heart. They're not there by choice. They're there for a reason. Something happened. Either they were in the military and got out, and we all know when you get out of the military, the government really doesn't take care of you. The benefits are very, very, very low. So, it's amazing that they do things like this that actually uplift somebody's spirit. And that's what it's all about. We lost Tata for a minute, but we're gonna wait for her to come back on, and I'm gonna keep on with the show. Um, so there's more police officers. I know you guys seen it on the news and seen it on YouTube's when cops pull over other cops. A lot of their own say you shouldn't have done that. It's us versus them. But they're the good ones that say no. No matter who you are, you know, it depends what you did, and I'm gonna correct it because that's my job. That's their job to uphold and protect us. Just imagine if that police officer kills somebody, drinking and driving. Or I said it before, judges, parole officers, it's you still not above the law. There's a law that they have to that's put on here. It's a law that we all have to obey, and we all have to, you know, do our part. We bringing back Tata. We lost Tata for a minute. Tata, I was saying
Sorry.
it's okay. Technology, Bluetooth and all that. So I was explaining to our peoples, when cops pull over other cops, you know,
Oh, that's my favorite.
we seen it on YouTube when a cop pulls over a cop and the cop gets out the car and says, "Hey, I'm a police officer." Yes, sir, but you are breaking the law. You're drunk driving.
Belligerent,
Okay, you
being
you you
reckless.
you risk life, and you're risking other people's lives. There was one in Miami Dade that I remember that the cop was speeding, going 110 miles per hour in a patrol car. He was off duty. Well, guess what? Another cop saw this, pulled him over, and actually put the handcuffs on him. Now, is that a good?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. You're a great cop because you don't care who it is. You broke the law. You're not above the law. The law is for everybody to follow.
Yep.
You're not above the
And
law.
a lot of police officers really don't want to get involved in like, oh, no, I'm just gonna turn the eye. I don't want to know nothing. No, no. Then why be a cop? Why be a
If
cop? Everybody, nobody's safe. Just because you have a badge, no one is safe. I don't care,
no, I don't care who you are. You
right?
know, you break the law, you break the law. You feel me? You won't have to pay for it. And I think those are great cops. Those are great, police officers, great policemen and women. I'm not only talking about policemen, they're great police women too. I seen videos of police women that a woman needs pampers. I showed an example of a policeman who he could have arrested the man. He could have arrested him for stealing, for shoplifting, you know,
Yep.
but you do anything for your kids, you do anything for your family, and I'm pretty sure if he had another way of doing it, paying for it, he would have paid for it. But Pampers are expensive. Pampers go for like $50, and depending on the size of your baby, it could be higher. And if it's multiple times, you may go to the store twice every week to buy Pampers. It gets expensive, especially if you don't have a job. Guess what? How are you gonna pay for the Pampers? The baby need a
Right.
Pampers. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? So it was nice that the police officer didn't arrest him and throw him in jail. Then who's going to take care of the baby? And then on top of that, he's got a criminal record. Now he can't get a job if he finds one because they do a background. And now his bad situation just turned worse. Instead of making
Yeah.
it worse, he told him, "Listen, I'm not gonna give you citation. Go ahead, go on, and before you leave, here you go. I'm gonna pay for it." That's just
Mhm.
great stuff. It's crazy. It's crazy. So yeah, I know I'm probably gonna be people gonna be like, but let's face the facts, y'all. There are good police officers out there, and
They
believe it or
are,
not, numbers could be wrong, but they saying that 75% are good, and 25% are bad. That's what they saying.
do you believe that statistic, or do you think the numbers may be different?
My personal feelings, I think there's 25 good and 75 bad. That's what I think. I could be
I I
wrong, but what I
I
see in the news and everything else, that's what I see.
I want to say for me personally, um, I don't even know if that number is even right for me. I I I, I don't want to. You know what? For me, I'll say a 60% is bad, and a good 40 is out there. But I'm not only calling out the police officers. I'm including firefighters as well
Oh,
because
now that's
I
a different story. I agree with you on that. If you're adding the fire, well, I've never known of a bad firefighter. I mean, I
oh
never had firefighter.
well well
I,
you
uh,
they could be, how can I say, they're not bad. They're not bad. But what they are, or what they mm, there's sometimes in a situation, and I will personally say this for myself by experience. I personally had a fire department had to come. I had a problem with my mom when my mom was alive, and fire rescue got there before. No, fire department got there before fire rescue. Okay, why they do that, I don't know, but they did that, and they walked in the house and literally did this. What's wrong with her? What's wrong with her? And I looked at him and
Okay.
I said, I'm calling you for that. Why are you asking me? And you're just standing there. And then here comes the fire rescue. And I said, I don't know who you are. Get out and please assist my mom. And you have those that are just like, okay, okay. But and I include that, and I've also seen firefighters who've actually have stopped seeing like two little boys playing one-on-one basketball, right? And then their fire truck pulls up, and the kids are going, "What's going on? Is there a fire?" They're looking around, like saying, "What's going on?" And all these guys are getting off the truck and saying, "Hey, can we play with y'all? Can
That's
we
what's
play
up.
with y'all?" And
That's
they
what's up.
did. And those kids, there were two little brothers. They were so excited. They were able to play against each other with a group of firefighters that was just passing by. Go figure.
That's what. And you know what? I forgot something today, but we're gonna
Uh oh.
add a very special why I can't come to work today. So we're gonna hear what happened with me the other day, and I'm gonna share it with everybody. Are you ready? Are you ready?
Should I? Do I have to sit down for this? Go ahead.
Uh,
Go ahead.
I think you better put on your laugh mask, because here it goes. Say that
Okay.
again. Who is this?
We have offer for you offer
Oh, what? An upper
offer for you. You know
offer?
it's a yes sir offer for you.
You know what? Offer for you too.
No offer for you, no money offer for you
No,
money.
offer you too. Don't be cursing
No
me out.
no offer for money for you
Don't
for
offer
you
me. Offer
money.
you. Don't offer me. Offer you.
Offer you a money for you. I call it for you.
Oh, oh, money for me.
Yeah, money for you.
Oh, I think you said offer you.
Oh, Reverend.
It just start. Did you talk to just start?
No, Jumpstart not here. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Oh no. I call that number and they say call back later.
You what?
I I, I call number they say call back later. I call back now for John Start for the offer for you.
No,
It's
offer you.
money.
No, offer you. Don't be.
No, I money. I give you money for business stuff.
Are you coming to work?
I come to work. I come to work for you.
Not after you offer me. No, you not offer me. I'll offer you.
Mr. Johnston, you um uh, um uh, I'm not sure. I don't understand this.
Well, don't be offering me. I offer you. All
No,
right.
I offer you money. Money for business.
Oh,
Money for you. You claim money.
oh, offer me some money.
Yes.
I thought you were saying offer me. Okay, okay, okay. Well, what's your name?
My name is Sonic.
Okay, okay. Now I get this. So Soyonique is gonna offer me some money. No?
I offer money for your business. Your business with money out for you. You get money. You buy lots of fried rice, chicken, fried rice, noodle, and fried rice and noodles.
I like fried rice. I don't know about noodles, but I like fried rice.
Well, noodle, fried chicken, fried rice, noodle.
Well,
And
let me get two orders of that.
no. You support my business. Chicken, fried rice, and noodle, and what? Noodles and fried rice.
Wait a minute. First you offer me, now you
No,
offer me some chicken
offer
fried
you help
rice.
my business. My business.
Man, goodbye. So that Chinese lady who pretended to be so unique gets the tink tink of the day. Yes, that lady who called me.
That was the most funniest thing I've ever. I
You get
offered
the tink tink.
you.
I thought she was saying off, the F word on me.
Right.
So she gets
That's
the tink
what I was
tink
like.
of the day. I can't believe these people that call. I'm pretty sure everybody gets a phone call or two of these scammers trying to sell you things, but I've never had somebody try to sell me some Chinese food.
Me neither. Me neither. But that was the first. But hey,
That was
you
the
don't
first.
you don't like
Shout out
noodles?
to that. I don't even like noodles, but okay, I get it. I get
I
it.
don't like noodles either.
I can't stand them, but I like fried rice. So that's why she couldn't come to work because she was trying to offer me some fried rice for her business or my business. I couldn't understand it. I couldn't understand it. So going back to the podcast, so that these good police officers, y'all remember, man, don't think that one apple or two spoiled the whole bunch because there are good cops out there.
There
There are
really
good
is.
cops out there.
And I am so glad that we were able to talk about that and recognize these gentlemen, fine gentlemen, that sacrifice their lives every day going out there to keep us safe and still have time out of their personal day, not even work, guys. They're not working when they do this. They step out of, they time out from their personal life to make somebody else's somebody, a whole stranger happy. And that's amazing. It really truly is.
That's right. That's right.
So,
And and you know what
No
they
one
say
is
here at the Jump
safe.
Podcast, no one is safe. We tackle everything and everything. And Tata, once again, let's
every,
put up this giveaway thing to make sure everybody understands it. For those they'll see it later on. Remember, follow us on TikTok. Follow us on Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook. And please like and subscribe. Help the channel, you know, and email at us. If you have an episode you want us to tackle or you want to be a guest from the Jump Podcast, LLC at gmail.com. And that's what it is. And Tata froze again. I know what it is. Tata want to be on timeout. I get it, Tata. You missed it. Here it goes. She's on timeout. Yes. And I want to give a special shout out to Miguel, who's helped me with a few things with the podcast. Thank you, Miguel. Thank you so much. And to my boy, my other co host, Mr. Unemployable, we know you're busy. You'll be back next week. That's cool. And a special shout out to Unique that she gets better as they go by minute. And Tata, you got any shout outs, girl?
you know what? I got cut off when I was about to tell them and remind them about sharing and liking. Repost this video, guys. The more you repost, the more you get entry in. How many entries do we have already today? If you
We
guys want a gift
one.
card,
But that doesn't say that if you catch this show later on, we
right?
still gonna put you a name in the hat. So even if you're busy on the Saturday, we know everybody busy, and we still put your name in the hat. We always checking the comments. We always checking the shares and
Absolutely.
everything and
Even
everything.
if
So
it's a rerun, guys, and you're not seeing us live, please don't forget, like, share it, tag one or two of your friends. Every tag that you tag a friend is an entry to the giveaway. Okay?
that's right.
So there's a lot of goodies. There's t-shirts, there's gift cards, there's cups, there's keychains, there's mouse pads. The list goes on and on. So, and there's even a special t-shirt that I heard that's going to be out there with all of the cast signatures from everybody from Jumpstart to myself to Mr. Unemployable to Unique as well. We'll all be there. So please don't forget, tag, share, and like this post, guys.
That's
And
right. And I also want to thank everybody who's been watching. The numbers are going out of control. We've been hitting 1K, 2K, 3K, and we couldn't do it without y'all. We couldn't do it without y'all. So we want to thank everybody, thank the cast, and thank everybody who watches every week, and shares and everything. I appreciate it. It's a dream come true to me. I say it time and time again. When I started this, I didn't think it was gonna get this far, but we're going far, man.
look at you
And
now.
I want everybody to remember that we are the grandfather of this. Everybody else is just grandchildren, as they say.
Oh, it's okay. Okay.
Hey,
Um,
hey,
No one is safe.
that's
no
right.
one.
But it's
No
safe.
one.
Tata, you got any shout outs, girl, before we sign off?
I do. To everyone who's called me to wish me well, and my with my health, I thank you. I'm not out of the woodworks as of yet, but please continue to keep me in prayers. Thank you, my brother and Unique, for checking up on me and calling me as well to make sure that I'm doing okay. So thank you for all of those people who have, and for those who did it, I'm still alive. Yemba mala nunca muere, por si acaso.
Hey, you know what? You just gave me an idea. I think we should broadcast this in El Español.
En español, we could do español.
Espanol episode. Let me see if I can practice in my El Spanish. Hold
No,
on.
no, we're not gonna do español. We're gonna do
Never
spanglish.
would have made it without you.
Mira, mira, señor, espérate un
Uh,
momentico.
Taco
No,
Bell to you too.
we're not gonna do español. We're gonna do a Spanglish session.
Papa Frito and a Cuchi Frito to you too, Tata. Well, Tata, thank you very much for
Thank
joining
you
me
guys
this
for
week.
having me.
I can't do this without you. You know what I'm saying? It's been a privilege and an honor to have you on this show. You know what I'm saying? And can't wait to the next episode. You know what I'm saying? Y'all need to stay tuned. We got more great episodes coming up. We got more craziness. We may bring in a whole bunch of people and everybody. Ooh, look who I got on the show. Look who I got on the show. Hold on. We got our first call of the day. This is first, and that is Pork Chop from Miami. I'm doing a
Pork
live thing, and
chop! What up,
Chop,
my
look at
brother? Pork
Chop is
chop!
smoking. Pork Chop, everybody from the Jump Podcast is saying what's up. Look, he's having a bourbon and everything. Yeah, I got
Of
to block his.
course,
I don't
it
want him.
wouldn't be pork chop if he didn't have a bourbon and a cigar in his mouth.
Well, he's having one.
Facts.
He's having one. He's saying, "What up, Tata? What's going on with you? Go ahead and say what's up, Pork Chop. You on live right now? What you got to say? You hear him? He's saying what's up to everybody in the podcast world. He's got
Hi,
Barry.
pork chop.
He can't
Yeah,
hear
he's
you.
down south.
You
He's all the way
live my.
down south.
Let me call you back, Chop. I'll call you back in a few
Time to
minutes.
pop online on Facebook Live. That's where we at.
Oh yeah, I should have said he's trying to win a shirt. Pork Chop's name gets on the list. He called
You know
live,
what?
so he gets his
He
name on.
called on the line,
He,
so
he
we'll give
got
him credit for
Pork Chop.
that. At least he
We give him
reached
credit
out.
for that. At least he reached
Absolutely.
out. Hey, actually, that's my first phone call I ever had on the podcast. No, second
We
one.
just
Yeah,
start,
Pork Chop.
we start taking calls
Yeah,
on the
Pork Chop.
podcast. If anybody wants to tune in, and pop up and say hi, and you don't want to show your face because you're embarrassed, like somebody I used to know. Call in,
Mhm.
call jump. Maybe not, but we'll somehow fit you in. I don't know. I
You
don't
know
know.
what, Tata? You just earned another good. See you next week. And thank you, everybody, for tuning into the Jump Podcast where no one's safe. And remember, the ones who love you will never leave you. Even if they have a million reasons to give up on you, they will always find one to hold on. And I want to thank everybody. I want to thank the whole wide world who watches the podcast. Please like and subscribe to our channel. Thank you to Pork Chop for tuning in. Thank you, Big Unk. Thank you to Quarantine. Thank you to Miguel. I want to thank my cousin. My cousin came in late, but thank you, cuz. She always late. Every day she late. And thank you to Unique. Thank you to Mr. Unemployable. Thank you for everybody, y'all. Till next week, y'all. This is your man, the chosen one. Peace. And put God first.